Hello and welcome to the TMC Newsroom. My name is Rich Tehrani. Thanks for watching us. We're in San Jose this week speaking with some of the best and brightest companies in the Silicon Valley area. And on our program is Dave Kresse. He's the CEO of MuDynamics. Dave, hi.
Rich, great to see you again.
So first, it's great to see you as well. I wanted to start off by talking about how your company has evolved. I've known you for many years as a network testing company. So tell us a little bit about what your company does right now.
Yeah, so great. So really two dimensions to that. Let me talk a little bit about the network testing piece because I think that's still important. You know, really what Mu has set out to do is really disrupt the traditional network test market. It was traditionally very focused on kind of bit blasting, lots of throughput testing. Once upon a time when you wanted to test a network for scalability purposes, it really was just a question of how much throughput you can blow through that network. But the world has changed, and what we see now is an explosion in applications, right? Mobile applications, cloud applications, and lo and behold, there's a growing understanding that the application matters, that different applications impact the network differently from both the performance and scalability and security perspective, and that when you're doing network testing, you really need to think about the applications as a core part of that testing process. And so at Mu, what we've done is we've created a very differentiated approach to network testing that enables our customers to recreate applications, the kinds of applications they expect to see in their production environment, and do that statefully. And so for purposes of testing, the network can't tell the difference between lots of different users using lots of different endpoints to access lots of different applications, you know, hundreds of thousands of users, and our test tool. And so that's really been a core part of our success in that part of the business is giving that offering to, you know, large service providers, large vendors, increasingly large enterprises.
So if you have to give me, or if I ask, what is the biggest pain you take away for your customers? What pain is that?
Yeah, so the challenge that customers have, once they realize that I need to take into account the application mix in order to really test the security and scalability of my network, the challenge is this environment is changing rapidly, right? New applications are rolling out all the time, new versions of applications are rolling out, and I think a lot of our customers sort of throw up their hands and say, how can I keep pace with this changing environment? Our solutions allows people to rapidly recreate application flows. So let's say that the latest version of Angry Birds comes out. Let's say it's Angry Monkeys, right? And it's going to start hitting my network, and I'm a large network provider. How do I test what that impact is going to be? With Mu, I can grab that content, quickly recreate it, recreate a simulation of hundreds of thousands of users accessing that over assorted different platforms, whether it be iPads or Droids, and understand what that impact is going to be. And to do that in minutes, where traditionally it would take me months with a traditional test tool or having to write my own scripts to do that. So it's an accuracy benefit. It's also very much a time to market and keeping pace with the changing environment benefit.
You know, one of the big changes, interestingly, has been this integration of Skype into Facebook, which could potentially be cause for, you know, millions, hundreds of millions of conversations.
Well, that's right.
Conversations.
And Skype, Netflix, BitTorrent, these are the major applications that our customers care the most about. And with Skype, you have different versions of Skype rolling out all the time. Skype differs based on geography. And so actually we have an offering called Mu Test Cloud where we pre-populate the most popular applications while all the different versions of these, versions of Skype, versions of BitTorrent, versions of Netflix, so that customers don't even have to capture that traffic. It's right there for them. They can quickly recreate that. We've done that for about 1,000 applications today, growing by hundreds each week.
Wow. Wow, and that's crucial, isn't it? So that
yes,
carriers and other companies can figure out exactly what the
impact is going to be.
Yeah, impact
that's exactly right.
So what other interesting things are happening?
Yeah, so one paradigm is this whole notion of the impact of applications on the network. The other thing we've realized is the application environments themselves have changed. There's a whole new development paradigm associated with mobile and cloud applications. You've moved away from kind of the traditional waterfall model of development, and even away to some degree from an agile method of development, now to a sort of a DevOps development movement. So I don't know if DevOps is a familiar term to you, but really it's the notion of continuous integration of testing and development and deployment. So I could be deploying different versions of an application multiple times a day. And so I'm literally deploying, seeing the impact, doing development. And that whole shift, and you see a lot of this in the cloud platforms as the service providers that are out there, the Herokus of the world, the Engine Yards of the world, they're setting up a set of tools that allow developers to thrive in that environment and to iterate that rapidly. What's missing, though, has been a kind of load and performance testing component to that approach. Load and performance testing is still very a traditional discipline. Companies like that, or test companies have traditionally said, hey, you need your own performance engineering team to kind of handle this as a discrete activity. We don't agree with that. We actually believe that it should be integrated into that development process, and that it needs to be, given the speed of it. And so we've come out with an offering called Blitz, which is a cloud solution. It's based in the cloud, and it integrates into these types of environments. So we are integrated today, and we're targeting all the major PaaS providers, but we have integrations today with Heroku, with Engine Yard, and the goal for us is to become part of the workflow. So for a developer, this notion of load testing and performance testing and monitoring of my applications isn't something that I think about discretely from my development process, but it's actually integrated into that workflow. So we're really excited about this. It's been out in the market now for about 90 days. It's a low-touch solution. It's a much lower-cost solution than a lot of the alternatives that are out there today, and we're seeing pretty rapid adoption of it by a lot of developers in these communities.
That's great. Well, thanks for being on the program.
Hey,
as always.
thanks so much for the time, Rich. I really appreciate it.